If you use Gmail every day, you know Gmail has an AI email assistant already built into it, but you still continue to use ChatGPT or Claude to write your emails or respond to emails, you'll probably want to watch this video. I was doing the exact same thing. I would leave Gmail, I'd open up a tab in ChatGPT or Claude, and then I'd paste it back after going back and forth. I'd clear formatting in Gmail and then send, even for the simplest of emails. But recently I started actually learning how Gmail's AI works and how to prompt it better so it actually works potentially even better than the ChatGPT workflow I was doing. So in this video, I'll cover what I learned about Google's and Gmail's AI, how I use it for sales emails, client communication, lead follow-ups, and just every other day-to-day task that I do in email without it sounding overly corporate and also like AI slop. It sounds a lot better, and I think that it's actually maybe even a better tool to use than ChatGPT or Claude because it has context and learns from the emails that you send on your day-to-day inside of Gmail, and then also understands the existing conversation already there above what you're about to write. So let's get into it. If you go to the very bottom, there's a button that is help me write, or you could just simply do \. What I do is just \ usually. And if I'm writing a brand new email, this is gonna be how to write a cold email. And our company helps commercial cleaning companies get commercial leads in their service area. So I'm just going to use that as an example, but for the purpose of this, you can take your offer at the company you're working for, the company you own, and do it the way that I would be doing it. But of course, using your own offer, using your target market and such. But I'm going to be writing to a facility manager at a manufacturing company in Detroit for the purpose of this video. I'm just writing to myself though, so I can respond back to it in a second. Now, if I do \, I'm gonna say write an email to a facility manager at a large automotive manufacturing plant in Detroit. We do commercial cleaning and we want to see if this decision maker is open to arranging a complimentary input. Now, the trick of this is you need to start with be concise. I like to say short as well, and always use contractions. If you don't say use contractions, it's gonna throw a bunch of things like do not, cannot, I am, things like that. You don't want that. So always use contractions unless you want to write like a robot or I don't know what to say here, but use contractions. Now, if you hit enter, it's going to give you the draft that it composes. What you can do is do recreate, or you can refine. I would do shorten. And it kind of still writes like a robot. I wouldn't say my last name on there. It's kind of corporate speaking. But basically this is completely fine. If you want to breeze through these and you don't want to put a ton of thought into it, this is totally fine. Let's say I'm reaching out to Spencer, who is the facility manager. I'm Spencer, but I'm reaching out to Spencer, specialize in large school. Yep. And then maybe you can say like XYZ company. Now this is not exactly how I would write a cold email, but it will do the job as if you're writing a very short email or a long email. The one thing that you want to do though is be concise, to the point, and be clear on what you're asking. So just to review, it's asking if they're open to arranging a time for a brief walkthrough. I don't think that we need this, so I'm gonna delete that. I'm also gonna delete this best regards. I always delete that. I like to just have Spencer and then outbound hero. Maybe have a little bit more space. You can leave this here, or what you can do is also cut this out. I'm reaching out because we, and then it's the very end, would you be open to a commercial cleaning facility? And I think moving that, we specialize is not saying that we're commercial cleaning company, so we specialize in commercial cleaning for a large scale, and this is great. I always do command, the /, or you can simply just go to formatting here. That's what I mean. Remove formatting just in case there's any bad formatting from the AI or whatever. I'm nitpicky on that. And then the last thing is you can use the suggested one. And what I was saying with Smart Compose, you just hit tab and it'll write that. It's totally fine. I would probably just do commercial cleaning in Detroit. Perfect. So I'll send that email. So going back to the email I sent, responded back. It's a mock facility manager saying, yes, we're interested. And I actually used the Smart Compose to do so. But as you can see, they are interested in receiving a complimentary quote. They're looking for a better service. Their contract renews in July. Just a lot of context here. It's not too much, but you could take the time to respond back to it, or you could simply do this. Why I'm doing this is because you should tell them when you're available. As a salesperson, it's going to be a lot easier for them just to respond and say, yes, I'm available at 2 p.m. on Tuesday. That works great. Versus saying, When are you available? No matter what, it's going to be a better conversion rate while you're doing appointment setting from your cold email campaigns.
So if I go back to here, available Monday at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and Tuesday
at 1:30 p.m., 2 p.m., 3:15 p.m. It's local, so you don't have to put the time zone. And then we'll hit create. Perfect. I think the only thing that I would say is, let's say I don't even know. I think you just need to say, I appreciate the context. So, hi Spencer, I appreciate the context. It might even already compose it through the AI because it learns from the emails that you're sending, what you typically sent in the past, and what you're doing with it now. So if you make corrections and you do 4 of the same corrections, I would bet that it's going to learn from those corrections and start applying those corrections going forward. So all you do is this. I like to make it a little bit easier to read. Hi Spencer, I appreciate the context. I always just do this, again, because I'm nitpicky. Make sure there's no ugly formatting, and then hit send. So that's how you write a cold email, and I did a mock reply back, and then how to schedule a meeting. This is a walkthrough because again, we work with commercial cleaning companies looking to provide recurring services for facilities in their service area. But regardless, again, I would always provide time slots, and I would also just make the AI through Gmail help me write to be concise, use contractions. Again, use contractions, and all you have to do is just do a backslash, or you could hit that button down here to help me write. Thanks for watching. If you are a commercial cleaning or janitorial company looking to get more commercial leads for your recurring services, there's a link in the description below this video. Click on it and you'll speak with our team about how we can get you more quality commercial leads in your service area right away. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.